This certainly was a week of Big Brother.
Yeah?
This is one of the weeks of all time in Big Brother.
It was Big Brother. That was Big Brothering. That ended up being
Big Brother.
Big Brother. So,
And the winner of tonight's AI Arena, Julie Chen Moonves.
We love our Chinbot doing her thing. Took her long enough.
Anyway. Hello, hi, house guests. Welcome to The Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I am just drinking some regular, everyday water currently, because hydration is important. That's all.
Work diva.
And hi, y'all. I am Lana, your resident, I guess, evil diva. I don't feel very evil today, but whatever. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I too am just drinking some regular schmegular water because hydration is important. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's more important than just regular schmegular water?
The fact that I have my cup mug.
I love that for you, and I'm very happy you have it finally.
Thank you.
Leaving it in places, you know. But it's okay. You can be like Logan and myself. And even Brooke. Brooke has one, but Brooke never goes to get it. It just stays in their room for some reason.
Because I'm using it to hold my pins.
I, too, am using it to hold things, but I still have it with me. Anyway, you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. We do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. So get your cup merch or the cup mug. You know, one of those. Get it. Thank you.
United States, Canada, and Mexico. What is this? 3 Drag Race franchises?
Period,
Hi, everybody.
Period.
Hi, everybody. It's Brooke. I'm really happy because Big Brother has been entertaining all season, and we're 6 weeks in, and that never happens. But I'm sad, which is weird because usually by now is when I've checked out, but I'm still sad. So, good on you, Julie Chen Moonves. You did it. Grodner, I will give you 1. It took you 26 seasons, but you did it. And I, third, am also drinking boring water. Regular, schmegular, degular, boring water.
Work.
We love to see it. Well, it's been a minute.
We're sorry.
Life has been lifing.
We're sorry.
So
vacations have been
vacation. What happened was
life has been lifing. Burnout has been burnt out.
Breaks have been
breaks have been needed. And Brooklyn, we owe you an apology because we did not.
No, we don't.
Do we?
I mean,
no, we don't.
For the sake of continuity's sake, we owe her an apology because we have been here for everyone else's eviction, and we kind of threw hers out like yesterday's garbage. But Brooklyn was eliminated, y'all. Sorry.
Feels correct.
Why are we apologizing for that? I'm thrilled.
Because it's the right thing to do. Even if we didn't care for her, we are
emphasis on the right.
We are
an accredited
legitimate podcast
talking about Big Brother.
All things Big Brother, and we skipped a whole entire week. Because
emphasis on the right if we're discussing Brooklyn. But beside the point.
Whatever.
Beside the point. I'm happy she's gone. And I'm happy that this week has played out the way it has.
I'm never mad to see someone go like Brooklyn. And so I was never upset to see Brooklyn go. She was in none of my drafts, so it didn't hurt me there. She was not someone who I was particularly rooting for preseason, and she wasn't someone who I was rooting for once the season started. So personally, but as a legitimate podcast, we took a
Mhm.
whole we took a whole week and said, "Big Brother, screw you," and it was her, and she did fight. I will give her credit. Towards the end, I mean, did I need to hear Mama Bear so many times? Absolutely not. But did she fight to try to stay towards the end? Yes, and so I give her credit for that. It didn't work. She outed herself when she with the whole Rubina thing, so it was kind of the writing was on the wall for her.
You know
But
what's
it should happen.
crazy? You know what's crazy? Uh, Brooklyn has a lot in common with Sarah Palin. They're both Republicans who lost at their election. It's great. Woohoo!
I mean, we would love to hear what you're saying, Logan, but you are so muted
Anyway, we're going to talk about this week of Big
this week
Brother
of
and
Big
not
Brother
any
because
of that other stuff that we're going to talk about. Um, y'all know, subscribe, hit the buttons. I'm flustered today. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that part. So this week happened. And at the start of the week, I was thrilled because
I was very thrilled.
HOH.
I was lovely. I was like, yay, T-Core, T-Core, T-Core.
So, ironically, I was talking about after Brooklyn got evicted last week, me and my roommate were talking. I was like, you know, honestly, who I think would be the worst person to win HOH for their game this week? T-Core. I don't think she needed it whatsoever. And I think this exposed her in such a big way. But I'm not going to be mad that she won because I like her and I'm happy she's still here. So,
I don't think it did much harm to her game, honestly. I think this week it wasn't a great HOH because, she got some of her alliance members out of the game, but I don't think it put her in a position where she's going to be immediately targeted like some people. Like Cedric, when it happened with him, immediate target after that. Angela, when she was HOH, immediate target after that. I don't think T Core is going to become an immediate target unless she gets unless Makensy or Angela gets HOH, which is possible.
I don't even think Angela's going to go after her. I think she's still tunnel visioned on Quinn.
I think
I
so
just
too.
think before this week, she was in a very secure place where she
Mm,
was good for a while. And now I think after this next week, right, whenever jury starts, I think that threesome is so much more apparent than it was before. And
mhm.
I think that's going to put all three of them in really big danger in the long run.
Yeah. Well, she started the week by nominating Cam, Mackenzie, and Tucker. Cam and Mackenzie because she doesn't really talk game with them, and Tucker volunteered. So
What is it
We'll
with
give
people
it to
volunteering to go
Cam.
on the block this year?
I don't know why everybody's volunteering, but we
I
volunteer.
hope no one else if somebody else volunteers to go on the block this season as a pawn, I hope they go home. I
I
don't care
hope
who it is.
who it is. If you
I
volunteer,
do
you should
not
go
care who it
home.
is.
Me either. I
You
agree with you
done it
100%.
twice.
Twice,
Twice.
and both times they volunteered, they went home.
Good.
So
Cedric, I'm
af-
still a little upset about. I'm not
after
gonna
the
lie.
first one, after the first time it happened, I would have been like, "Oops, never do it." That's it for me.
Nope.
Not ever volunteering because the pawns go home all the time.
Mhm.
And for Tucker to go the next week and do it again, I'm like, are you kidding me? Are
Mm.
you kidding me? That just doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Doesn't make any sense.
I just want to be clear. When I say good, I don't mean good that Cedric went home. I mean good that if you are making bad moves in Big Brother, you are getting punished for those bad moves. And I think that's what I was talking about. I like Cedric a lot. He seems really like a nice dude, like IRL. And out of the people who've been evicted, he's probably the one that I'm the most bummed about on like a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
But game wise,
That was a
it made for
stupid
good
move.
it made for good TV too. So I mean, like, I can't be mad.
It was a dumb move, but it was what it was. But yeah, those are the three. We go into the veto. And
Prizes and punishments comp.
Yeah, prizes
Yay!
and
Love
punishments.
it.
We love to see the prizes and punishments comp where it's like, here, I'll have the veto, and nope, I'll take the veto, and you have this
Now,
prize, and nope, I'll take the veto, and you take this punishment.
what I didn't love was the fact that we got Joseph picked to play this veto again. And it's not like his chip was pulled. Cam's dumbass picked him
Why? Why?
because he's not good at vetoes. And honestly, Cam, it was a pretty smart move. I'm not even going to lie. It was a pretty smart move.
Even
How
though you
many?
just called him a dumbass. But...
Uh-huh. Well, he's a dumbass because his reasoning was to keep up the trend of Joseph playing in almost every veto.
I think it's
That's
funny.
what he said the
That's
reason
funny.
was.
I think it's funny because I probably would have did something stupid like that. It would be so stupid, like, you know
It's like
what?
the opposite of the Suri effect.
Right. I would be like, you know what? Joseph had played in every veto. Why not play again? I
Oh
would
my
do
god, I
something so dumb.
hostess choice.
Like,
Joseph.
Joseph,
What
It
are
come
reminds
you
me
on.
of.
Joseph?
It gives me
Like
very much like Tyler Crispin vibes because Tyler got picked
a
every veto in
lot.
20.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Who hasn't? Leah hasn't played a veto yet. Rubina hasn't played a veto yet. Chemo hasn't
Chemo
played a
hasn't
veto
played a
yet.
veto
yes,
yet.
he did. He played the first one. He was on the block.
Oh yeah, he was on the block.
Leah
Mhm.
hasn't played a veto. Rubina hasn't
Rubina
played a
hasn't
veto. I
played a
think that's
veto.
it.
That's it. I
Yeah,
think.
everybody else has been on the block, and then Joseph's been,
Yeah.
doing Joseph things with the
Continually
veto
picked.
comps.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Angela was also picked to play this veto.
Queen Godzilla.
I love this comp, honestly.
Mhm.
The way that they did the knockout comp, I really appreciated, and I really liked it.
Mhm.
I didn't appreciate people picking a punishment over $5,000, but it didn't ultimately end up mattering for Tucker. So
I mean, he wanted to give T-Core $5,000, so woo, good on you. But then you feel like that should be the leverage that you have over her on her HOH because you decided to give her $5,000. And that's not how any of this works. That's
Correct.
not how this works at all. You chose to do that. So it's like, thanks for the gift, but that does not mean you get to tell me what to do in this HOH. No, that's not how that works. And he got upset
You know that
because
clip? Oh, sorry.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say, you know that clip of Davon from 18 when Polly comes in the jury house and she's
Mm-hmm.
like, he is upset. Get this man some pepper to go with all that salt. And
Salt.
he
He
gets
was
mad.
mad. Yes, that was Tucker this week. Tucker
Tucker this
was
week.
Morton salt. Tucker was kosher salt. Tucker was pink Himalayan salt. He was the saltiest of all the salts out there. He was ocean water salt. He was so salty. He was mad because nothing he wanted was going the way he wanted. But I'm like, it's not your HOH. You can't decide what people want. And because you decided to give T Core $5,000 instead of taking the money, you felt like, oh, she owes me. No, she didn't ask you for that. She didn't tell you.
Nobody owes you anything, bud.
She
Like,
didn't tell you if you give me $5,000, you can tell me what to do. No, that conversation never happened.
and I mean, even if she did, she would be stupid to honor that. Like, look, everybody is playing a game, and just because someone's aligned with you does not mean they're gonna listen to you.
Absolutely.
Right? And
because they have to use their HOH for their game.
And for T-Core's game, as much as it pains me to admit this, because I've kind of turned a corner on Angela at this point, I think this was the best move for her game
I
in putting
do
Angela on the
too.
block. But I will say, out of the two people she was considering, this was the best move for her to put on the block. I think legitimately the best person in the house for her to put on the block was Quinn. But especially considering now that we know that Makensy won the comp, I don't think Quinn would have done much better than Makensy, because Makensy crushed this thing. Like, if you have Quinn and Tucker on the block, like, I don't know, I feel like that's better for her game than Angela, because like Angela is just such a non-entity at this point when it comes to like people's strategic game plan. But
well, there goes talking about any of the other parts of this episode, Brooke. Thanks. I know, I'm kidding. because we were Cam won the veto.
Yeah.
Cool. Lovely.
Love that for him.
Wonderful. Used it on himself,
As
thankfully.
he should.
I didn't realize we've literally had every single veto used this season.
Yeah.
I did not realize
6
that.
for 6.
6 for 6. Love that for them.
And we have Makensy, Tucker, and Angela up on the block going into this eviction episode. And I'm going to sit right here and give some credit to Miss Chelsea for organizing this blindside, because that's what she did. Because when women, this episode was a lot of women.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not even gonna say when women. This is a ladying, okay? Because she literally picked up every piece in this game, put it all together, wrapped it up in a pretty little bow, and said, "Okay, this is what we're doing, and I'm gonna go around and make tiny little moves, right?" Because this season has been such a season dominated by these big, flashy, over-the-top, elaborate displays. When, in all honesty, I think the two biggest moves that have happened this season were both quiet and subtle. The flip on Cedric and the flip on,
Tucker.
Tucker. I didn't want to say it until we popped the thing up on the head, but like when it happens,
it's already over. It's what it is.
I was like, if they watching us, they watched the episode.
We gotta give Chelsea her props here. And
she did.
Especially considering she's kind of faded into the background a little bit these past few weeks. Not in like the I'm not furniture, but like she's not really been up controlling things like
she's playing.
I think we're about to say the same thing. Go ahead.
She's playing the low key under the radar game that T-Core thinks she's playing. That's where I'm at with Chelsea. I think Chelsea is positioning herself well. I think T-Core thinks she is in a better position than she really is. And nobody is about to put Chelsea on the block. Whoever wins HOH, it does not matter. I don't think Chelsea is touching the block.
No. I'm trying to think who would put Chelsea up at this point.
The one person I think that maybe, is Angela.
Maybe.
Because we just don't know what the fuck Angela's going to do.
Okay, if I'm Angela, right, we know two of the people she's putting on the block. Like, for sure. Okay?
Yeah.
But the third one's the hard part. And we know she's putting Gwen on the block. And, I would be absolutely stunned if she did not put Makensy on the block after the continued back and forth between Angela and Makensy.
Yep.
It could be anybody at this point. I don't really know. But I don't think it's going to be Leah. Other than that, couldn't tell you.
Chemo.
It could be.
Because she's going to have, or it could be Joseph, because she has to pick between the people that voted her out here. I don't think she's not going to want to, she could put up Rubina.
Yeah.
She could put up Rubina. I think she's more likely to put up Chemo.
Probably.
Because then that ensures that if Chemo is still on the block next to either Quinn or Makensy at the end of the week, they're not going to vote out Chemo. At this point, they're not going to vote out Chemo.
But they might, though. And especially if it's against Makensy, right? Because people have picked up on this Chemo, Rubina, T-Core thing. And I think that's going to, if one of them is on the block, and granted, the other two are obviously going to say that person. I still think
people are going to vote out. I still think they're going to vote out. Well, I think if it is hypothetical scenarios, if it is Quinn, Makensy, Chemo on the block, I think Makensy stands the best shot of winning the AI arena.
I would agree with you, 100%.
So,
but if it's Quinn, Chemo,
have been mental for the most part.
Yeah, if it's Quinn, Chemo, I think they vote out Quinn.
I don't know. I think Chemo has been exposed with the T-Core, Rubina, Tucker situation. And I think Chemo has been exposed. I think Chelsea no longer trusts Chemo and T-Core. I think Cam no longer trusts T-Core, Chemo. I don't think Leah trusts Leah or Makensy trust the T-Core, Chemo, Rubina situation.
And then at that point, that's the majority.
Right. So I think if they started getting together and hey, we need to break up that trio, Queen at least has our back. We just need to break that up, and we need to break one of them up because Queen could go back to the three of them, if We just need to separate that, break that up. And where would Robina go and where would T-Core go and blah, blah, blah. So I think if they get to talking, they could say, let's keep Quinn and let's vote out Chemo to break up T-Core and Rubina. So I don't know. I think it's something that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility, but
Now I don't want that to happen.
Scenario.
Don't you pop back in here like that and scare me like that?
I mean,
that was jump scare. I was like, I was like, that to happen.
Well,
jump scare.
Well, I mean, do we want to talk about this AI Arena comp though? Because I loved this competition. I've said that a lot.
I love puzzles.
I
love puzzles.
I
I love puzzles.
I thought this was a cute one.
This was a cute one. Yeah, it's simple enough for an AI arena.
Yes.
Put together this very linear, rectangular puzzle to get your code that you then have to sift through 20 different barcodes to find the code that you need, lock it in, boom, win the comp. Now, I know Tucker is saying he did not throw this comp.
That's what he's saying.
Allegedly.
Everything is alleged information.
Yep. It says so down here.
Mm-hmm.
I think he threw the comp.
I think he threw that comp too.
I am undecided at this point, but I will say this.
Fair.
If he did throw that comp, I would not even be remotely surprised.
No.
Because when Angela outperforms you in a moderately physical moving competition, I don't know, bud. I don't know. Because let's specify, no one was even close to Makensy, but
no,
Angela was doing like pretty okay.
Angela did really well.
She did really well. She was halfway there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Makensy kind of just ate everybody up. It's just like she didn't miss a step. I think every piece she was like, I don't think she had to shift nothing or move nothing. She was like, yep.
Not a damn thing.
Period. Here you go. Done.
I have complete faith that she took a look at all of these puzzle pieces in all of that time that they were waiting in the arena and knew exactly where everything needed to go.
I would have been there too. I would have been studying every piece. Like,
Can we also just commend her on realizing that all of these pieces needed to be the exact same level? Because that was such an like. Anytime there's a competition like this, that's almost always how it's going to work, right? Or something to that effect. It's not just, these are cutouts that are going to match, because then there's not a definitive answer. She steamrolled it. Not even that. She ate up finding that tag too. She went over there, looked for like 2 seconds, and grabbed the right one.
Well, because all you really need to do is memorize the first 5
numbers.
The
first 3 numbers is like 901.
I would have done the first 5 just to make sure.
Because
I was the first 5 just to make sure.
When I looked at it,
still
when I watched it, when Julie did it on Instagram earlier, I watched her do it, and all I saw was the first 3 numbers were 901, and that was the only one on that board that had 901. And so it was like, that's simple.
They could have made it more difficult.
They could have made it more difficult for the contestants, but I would have memorized at least the first 4 numbers. Like, okay, 9012. Okay, blah 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 blah. And
to be fair, after last week, they may be worried about making these competitions difficult. Because I honestly thought last week might have been the easiest AI arena we've had, and that took them forever. So
they could not read words backwards. Apparently, I was like, the
way I was sitting there and had solved that AI arena within about 30 seconds.
The way I solved it when it was going all different, I was like,
the way you only needed to see one word of each of the 3 phrases to understand what you needed to do, because each one of the AI images was completely different.
Right. I was like, what are y'all taking so long for?
And the thing that made it even worse was when at the end, when Chelsea finally won, and Julie's like, congratulations, Chelsea, you have won this AI arena. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, did she really win? Or did she
technically
she fail the least worst? Because they were all bad.
Technically she won. But she technically did it in the least amount.
Her HOH performance was much stronger.
Yes, absolutely.
Task failed successfully. Okay, that's the way.
Correct.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing compared to this one. Makensy just ate it up. She figured it out very, very quickly.
Her
Nobody stood a
second
chance.
AI arena win.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
2-0.
So what is that?
She's eating.
Tucker. So Tucker with 3, Mackenzie with 2, and Chemo with 1.
Tucker
Mhm.
with 2. Tucker's only won 2.
Because he won veto. So
Oh, who won the other
Okay.
one?
I'm trying to think. Week 1 was Chemo.
Mackenzie.
Week 2 was who won week 2? It was Kenny, who was on the block with Lisa and Tucker. Week 3 was.
I'm looking it up real quick.
Yeah, I am too. Tucker, Mackenzie, Chelsea. Chelsea won the last one.
Yeah, Chelsea won the last
We
one.
were just talking about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Tucker, Mackenzie, Chelsea. Mackenzie, Chelsea, Mackenzie.
Chemo, Tucker,
Number.
Mackenzie, Chelsea, Mackenzie.
Yes,
There
that
we
is
go.
the order. That is how it went down. And you know what? Good on you, Mackenzie. That's who everybody wanted to see win this. But they were like, kind of, because we saw throughout the week, they were like, we saw Chelsea's little minute moves, like we said, very subtle moves. Like, if Mackenzie wins and it's Tucker and Angela, what do we want to do? Nobody really wants to talk about it. And everybody was like, the smart thing to do would be, Tucker at this point. Because when are we going to have the chance to do it again? That is the whole point. And everybody was like, when are we going to get that chance? When are we going to get that chance? And so when Mackenzie won this AI arena, I was like, oop, well, bye, Tucker. I just felt like, but it was Tucker and Angela.
I honestly think it had it been Tucker Mackenzie, I still think we get the same answer.
I think Tucker goes. I still think Tucker goes.
I think Tucker goes.
I think it's a harder call, but I think Mackenzie winning this was definitely the one I was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Tucker's probably gone. There was like a bit of me that was worried Cam would chicken out at the last minute.
Logan too.
The way we were watching, and I was just like, Cam.
I was like,
Cam, don't fuck this up.
I had all the faith in Cam. I was like, he is not gonna mess this up. He's doing it. He knows he can't beat Tucker all the time, and it took one challenge, a lucky break for him to beat Tucker that one time. So he was like, I can't keep this man in his house. I can't beat him half the time. So he knew. I was not worried about Cam. I knew he wasn't gonna mess it up. And
I'm just saying, from a game perspective, obviously it made more sense for him to get rid of Tucker. But have I seen people make worse moves for themselves in the Big Brother house before? Yes, several times. So
I still have faith in Cam.
I'm happy he made the correct decision. That is all I'm gonna say about that.
I wasn't worried, but I'm glad you two were. And Cam proved you both wrong.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you, Cam. I appreciate you proving us wrong.
Yes.
And
thank you, Cam, for doing something this week in the game.
He
no longer furniture.
Woo! Lana, I know. Lana, we love Cam, and I love you dearly. But you can't say Cam was doing much in the game prior to this week.
Sometimes you don't have to do a whole lot to do what you got to do. He's still there, so he did enough to get there.
You're not wrong, but
he did enough to stay where he at. So he's
and
still
you know who's not still there? Tucker.
And I have to say, I'm very happy because in this other draft that I'm doing with some other friends, I had a choice because I lost Cedric, and I had a choice to get a buyback person to stay in the. I can buy back a person who's still in the game, and I was contemplating. I was like, Tucker could win this. Do I keep Tucker and buy back Tucker for the chaos? And he comes back and wins. And I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. He's going to go. And he left. So I'm very happy Tucker was going. And because here's the thing. I don't like quitters. I don't like people giving up. And I was very hard on Kenny. And so it would be very unfair just because I like Tucker a little bit more than I like Kenny. For me to be like, oh, but Tucker didn't. No, he said it. And I don't
multiple times.
Like, I don't like people who sit there and be like, because you're mad because you're not getting your way. you weren't mad because something happened, or you don't want to go home because of, oh, I just, all of a sudden miss my family, or this is so hard. This is the hardest thing for me. No, you only wanted to go home because you didn't get your way, and you were mad because people weren't doing what you wanted them to do. And you sound like a big, huge baby. So, Tucker, I was very happy to see you go, because the minute you start talking about, I want to go home, I'm like, well, then go.
Um,
Go.
for
Rude.
me, I fully agree with everything that just came out of Lana's mouth, but
Thank
I
you.
also would like to add, um, I hate the fact that America was the people that voted wrong tonight. Because y'all gave this man 20K for what? What did he do successfully?
6 weeks of
Quickly.
Quickly.
entertainment, other than not the AI instigator, but 6 weeks of entertainment.
Uh,
6? Like,
I,
Yeah,
I
three and
wasn't
a half?
entertained all these weeks from him.
I don't know. I like him or not. I think Tucker is one of the most dynamic casting choices that they have made in years, and it makes me optimistic for future casting choices like this. And
Well, he'll be back.
he will be back. The
He'll
next
be
they're
back.
going to they're going to build in a second chances season just for Tucker. So like it is what it is. Um I do like that this opens up the game though. It really opens up the game to a lot more possibilities. And I really like that. And I think with how dynamic this season has been already, I so many people are already just like, "Oh, well the season's over." I'm like, "No.
No, it's not.
There's still 45 days left."
And there's still some
If
people
this
in
is
this
where if
house.
this is where we are at halfway,
And I mean,
baby,
it's still some people in this house who's going to cause chaos, who's going to
Angela.
cause. I mean, Angela's still there. So that's going to
Angela's
happen.
still there. Quinn's
Ah,
still there.
Quinn is still
Uh,
there.
Um,
I mean, like him or not, Quinn is doing the doggone thing. And
I
it
know.
is what it is.
Full disclosure, I fully agree on all of that. I just love Angela because at this point, right?
I don't
I
like him,
love
but
to hate Angela, but I also love Angela because she's another one of those Tucker people that's like, it's a very dynamic casting choice. And I think she has made the season so much better by being a part of it, even if she gets on my nerves.
it's just, I can't get
I am
past my
in
nerves.
I'm exactly where you are in that I am loving to hate Angela because I just find her obnoxious.
That's
I
fair.
don't
But
love to hate her. I just
but the thing is this season would not be the same without Angela.
Mhm.
I can imagine it being a lot better without Angela for me. It's just I
I
can't.
get it. And I
I
get it.
can't
I get
do
it.
it. I can't do her. I don't. I know if we started getting exit interviews all of a sudden on this podcast, if something miraculous happens and we
Mhm.
started getting exit interviews.
Which we would love some CBS. Thank
Yes,
you.
but Angela would never want to come on this podcast with me because
I know.
I am never going to give her love. I couldn't even be here for that because I don't like this, like I said, she's very triggering for me. For me, she's
Mhm.
triggering for me, and
Mhm.
all her antics just don't sit well in my spirit. It doesn't sit well in my soul. And if you don't feel like that, that's great. Love your life. I'd love to be in your life right now. But for me, I can't do it. That woman is just triggering from the heart to the soul to my butt cheeks. I can't do this woman. I just mm. But is she
Understand.
entertaining to some people? Sure. And I hope everybody loves that. I just turn her off every time I go on live feeds, and she comes. I'm like, nah, nah, because I can't do another fake tear. I can't do her. Guys, can I just be a part? I just want to be a part. I just want. I can't. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay, I will give Angela a few things. Okay, one, fake crying has been a Big Brother staple for forever. Everybody fake cries at some point, so I'm not gonna be mad about that. Does she weaponize her tears? Yes, and I will not argue that against that. But I think the thing I like the most about Angela is that even if she is making a bad move, right? Which she's made a few. Let's keep it 100. She is at least doing something, which so many seasons of Big Brother people just don't do
Yes.
anything.
I can give you
And
that.
And beyond that, we heard her in this episode admit that she was playing messy and that she didn't play well. And
Mm-hmm.
hey, if you're gonna be a messy player, at least have the self-awareness to know that you're a messy player and you're
Mm-hmm.
playing messy.
I
I
agree
have
with that.
respect for that. I do.
I agree with that.
But
I agree with all of
so
that.
but yeah, Tucker's gone. He
Bye,
did win the
Tucker.
20,000. I will be public in saying I voted for $0 for him.
um, maybe this is the part where I have to rescind my statement earlier because I did not vote. So
Oh, well, then it's fine.
I did
if you
not
did,
vote either, Brooke. So I didn't vote for the AI agitator either. So
Oh, I did.
oh, I voted for
did-
that. Put all my votes on Angela.
But
So I am curious though. It is day 45 on a 90-day season.
Correct.
We are officially halfway through the game tonight.
Yep.
Next week, I probably, unless something majorly wrong is happening, is going to be the start of jury.
I believe
But
so.
since we're here, I got to ask, if you had to pick right now, okay, not knowing the chaos of the other half of the season that is about to unfurl, who is your
Yeah.
winner pick? And because I want to make it a little extra fun, who are they sitting next to in the final two?
Ooh.
Ooh.
See, and
Okay.
this is where okay. If this is going into jury, and we all know as Big Brother fans, the game shifts once we hit jury. It just
Correct.
changes. And so I think, and this is probably just me hopeful and wishful thinking, but I think the winner of this game is going to be Chelsea.
Yeah.
But I think she's sitting next to I think she's sitting next to possibly Leah.
Okay.
As much as I hate it,
I'm
I
I'm
think she
interested in
sits
that. I don't hate
next to
that.
Leah. I don't hate it
I don't
because
hate
I would
that.
love two women in the final two, but I think Leah has positioned herself in a way that people ain't looking at her no more. But
Yeah.
they don't like her too much, but they not threatened by her at all. So maybe.
Brooke, I want to know yours.
Okay, well, I think the winner of this season is gonna be Leah.
Wow.
Full disclosure,
Okay.
and I think she's gonna be sitting next to Angela at the end. I feel like
I could see
with
that.
the way this
Yeah.
season is going,
Yeah.
like maximum chaos, all of the big targets have been taking each other out. I feel like the big targets are going to keep taking each other out. It's giving very much in-game of Big Brother 15 vibes to me, and I think we're going to see Leah out of the so-called cockroaches. I feel like Leah's going to be the one to rise to the end. Out of the three that'll be left at the end, I think she's going to have the most comp equity, and I think she's going to vote out. I think Rubina's going to get third. I think Leah's going to win. Angela's going to get second. I think it's going to be a unanimous vote for Leah to win too. I think she's going to win convincingly.
Mm.
I just don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't see a way she doesn't, but I honestly think she's in the best position in this house right now. So
I think she is too.
I think
so.
Leah.
I'm going to go a step further, and I'm also going to name who I think is going to be third.
Mm.
I think we are going to see a scenario where third place is Joseph,
I can see that. Okay.
voted out before final two, with the runner-up being Rubina. And I genuinely think the winner, I think at this point, I want the winner to be Chelsea. Let me make that very clear. I think the winner of this season is going to be Makensy. I think she has enough comp equity. We've seen her win comps when she needs to.
Mm-hmm.
I think she is in a pretty decent spot in the house right now, where I think people might still use her as a pawn when necessary. But I think a lot of other people, if they win HOH, have a lot of other targets that they could go after other than Makensy. I could see Makensy flying so far under the radar for the back half of this game, winning comps when she needs to, taking out big threats when she needs to, and I could see it being Makensy.
Do we think there's anybody in this game that has absolutely zero chance of winning?
Quinn.
No.
Quinn?
No, I'm not even gonna count out Quinn. Honestly, I'm not.
I'm counting him out because I feel like once he gets back on that block, they're taking him out. I think if he gets on the block again, they're taking him out. Only due to the fact that he has been so exposed. So
many times.
And it's only so many times he can be exposed, and he talks way too much. To be a super fan, he's talks too much. But I think Quinn is the only person for me that I see has no chance of winning this game.
And see, I could see him flying through the middle very, very closely. Like, if we keep getting this back and forth between, like, the Chelsea Cam, and I'm honestly going to put Makensy on that side of the house now because she kind of is in that side of the house. Mm-hmm. I think if we see this back and forth ping-ponging between the two sides of the house, I don't see Quinn getting nominated by really anyone other than Angela for the foreseeable future.
But she can win an HOH.
She sure can, and if
she's the only one won too.
Exactly. So, like, I see where you're coming from for sure, Lana. I'm not going to count anyone out. I think this season is so unpredictable.
But it's wide open now, so maybe
it's
that's not
wide open now.
I mean, I'll just call it now. I don't see a way Chemo wins this game personally. I don't know. I don't see a path where Chemo is going to be willing to cut T-Core or Rubina. And I think they both beat him. And I don't see a way Chemo gets to the end without one of them. At least currently. Unless Chemo starts making some really big moves, which if we have learned anything about Chemo this season, he ain't one to make the real big moves by himself. Right?
Thank you for that. Thank you for that addition
by himself.
I was like,
by himself.
And to be fair, he hasn't had to make any big decisions by himself either. Correct. So I also see where you're coming from with that. But this season is so... I would not have expected at the top of this week for Tucker to go home. I think anything is possible. I really genuinely think anything is possible.
Yeah. I think I agree with you more. I think I'm going to rescind the Quinn. Anybody can go. I think with Tucker leaving, it leaves the game so wide open that I think if we ask this question again in like 2 weeks, I think we'll be able to say, this person has no path to winning this game. Because right now, in this moment, with Tucker gone, anybody could win HOH.
I would say, since you both brought up the person that maybe has the least shot, not necessarily no shot, but I think right now the person with the least shot to win, in my eyes, I think would be Cam. And I don't like saying that because I am really liking Cam the more that I see him on the show and the more that I see him featured. But just as of this point, I don't think he's done enough in the game.
I don't think socially he has enough capital.
Socially, he hasn't really done anything. He's won a comp. Right. And obviously things can change. And again, this game is wide open now. So who knows? Cam could become the new Tucker and beast out. I could see it happen. I could see him doing it. I could see Makensy doing it.
Yeah.
It happened with Jag last season. I really hope that doesn't happen.
It could happen for sure.
Yeah.
So as I feel like we're wrapping up, but I will say this: 26 seasons down, no one that has entered the house first has won this game. 26 seasons down, no one that's won the Week 5 HOH.
Well, of the main series.
Of the main series.
Yes, Miss Tamar Braxton. My apologies.
Period.
But
thank you. Put respect on the name of Miss Braxton. Thank you.
Tamar Braxton. Mm-hmm.
But
yes, nobody who is on the main show walked in the door first and walked out the winner. And would you say 5th week? HOH?
Week 5 HOH. The only competition in the entire show that has yet to produce a winner, the Week 5 HOH. No one has won the game from the Week 5 HOH yet.
Wait, what was week? I'm trying to think.
Tucker.
No. Not this season. I'm thinking Taylor's season. What was week? Who was week
Week
5?
5, week 5, week 5, week 5, week 5.
I'm looking
That
it up. I'm
So that
looking it up.
wasn't the
I'm looking it up.
wall
wasn't
week
that
5?
Monty. I feel like that. No, so that was week 6. I feel like it was Monty 1 week 5.
You might be right.
Michael.
Oh, Michael won week 5.
That was the week that Daniel went home. Is the only reason I remember
Ah,
that.
okay.
Correct.
Period.
Yeah, because
Period.
Daniel went home week 5.
Period.
Taylor wins the wall in week 6.
Yes, the
and we
next
get
week.
the
And
Yeah,
absolute
Taylor won week
best,
6. Yep.
and we get the single best goodbye message of all time, which is
Yes,
you got
we
your
got
wish. You won't have to see me until finale night.
we got two iconic goodbye messages that week. I put 2 pieces of bread in your idiot sandwich. Period. And then yes, you won't have to
Yes.
see me finale night.
But yes, so we will be back with more Big Brother for real this time.
Yep,
We'll be back on our
we
schedule.
go see our schedule.
For real.
For real.
For real.
That name has
For real, for real.
traumatized me.
For real.
See, I think of it now from the Master De verdad.
Right.
Shout out to Kelly. But yes, we'll be back on Saturday to talk about whatever the fuck is happening in the house. We'll be back on Monday to talk about whatever the fuck is happening in the house, and we'll be back on Thursday to talk about whoever the fuck leaves the house. Who knows? Like, I'm just along for the ride right now, and I'm excited.
So, and also probably the last week we're gonna have AI Arena based off of
it.
Ainsley
Based on
sounds like
Ainsley
game.
coming in to change the game.
the
Yeah, this is the
game.
last
I
week of
think we
AI,
lose that.
and I'm
Oh.
okay with that.
Which I'm
If
fine
this
with
is the
that.
last, if this is the
Sorry.
last week of pre-jury going into jury, cool, love it. Great twist. A good
Also,
twist.
importantly, we are 6 for 6 on the Ainsley curse. It's been hitting, and I don't know if it goes 7 for 7. I think it's real. It's too real.
Yeah. Every single person who's been evicted so far said no to Ainsley entering the house.
Ooh wee.
Uh-huh.
Well, Julie.
We now have more yeses.
So that
than
means
no's.
what? Quinn, Leah, Chelsea, Rubina, and one other
Angela.
person, I think.
Angela.
And Angela.
And
the only
Makensy.
ones that could win this season. And Mackenzie. Hey.
Yay.
Well, Chelsea's in there.
Chelsea is in there. And so is
No,
No,
Angela.
she's not. She said no.
Um,
Oh no, she said no. That's why she got the down. She got it. She played the
Joseph said
downgrade.
yes.
Oh, fuck,
Joseph
you're
said
so
yes.
right.
Joseph said
Oh,
yes.
God.
Yeah.
I hope it's broken eventually.
Okay, I hope it gets broken. It needs to get broken eventually.
Okay. Now we're gonna
We're gonna get out
Thank
of
you so
here
much
for
for
sure.
joining. Subscribe, like, and share. We'll be back on Saturday. Get your merch, do all the buttons, and bye.
Cheers.
From way outside the Big Brother house, we've been the Cup.
Love only yourself. No one else, just yourself.
Just you.
Bye,
Good
house
night, house
guests.
guests.
Bye, house guys.